Well, hello everybody. Today here we are with the bicycle and the toolbox. I'm going to show you the van and the progress I've made, because the matrix doesn't work. Well, it works, but it doesn't want to start, and someone parked in front of it, so I cannot get it started, because as you can see it's downhill. Such as life. Right, so we're here in the van, as you can see. Came here by bicycle. What a journey. So I'll tell you about everything, because I've been working. Oh, the bloody sun. Let me get into the shade so I can talk to you better. So basically I've been gathering materials, because now it's summer. I have some free time to spare in here, but I have no money, so I've been gathering materials from basically everywhere. And I've came up with a solution about the steering play we've had. Let me tell you about it. Right, so basically in there are two bearings like this. One on top of each other, one in here and the other one down there. And in the center of everything goes that metal shaft, which rotates inside here. The problem I have is that all the needles and the plastic in here are gone, but the race, it's still in there, and I cannot get it out anyway. I've tried everything. Heat, knocking it with a hammer, knocking it with a bigger hammer. I've tried everything, and they won't come out. This side is the best one. The other side is even worse. So I don't know if I will be able to do anything in the other side. But here, I've got them intact. The races are here intact. The shaft hasn't chewed them away. In the other side, they are chewed away, and I don't know if I will be able to get them out anyway. So basically what I did is I got a saw, I put it on the inside, and very slowly I'm trying to cut the race away. So I don't know if you will be able to see down here in the hole that the race has already been cut, and well, not cut all the way, but bent. So I cut it, and then with a hammer and a nail, I started to bend it to see if it will crack and finally get out. And down there you can see the second race that I already started cutting it, but it's a very, very slow process, because I have to put the saw in here, and the room that I have the travel of the saw is very limited, and the room I have in here to work, it's very limited as well. So it's a tedious job. So, but today I will try to sort out if I can put at least a bearing in. Right, and not mechanically, camper-wise, I would say, I've been gathering materials. I've here foam from an old mattress that I have to wash thoroughly, because it doesn't smell very well. And here in the back, I have to fix this door, because look at the bloody noise it does. That's not good. So back here, I've been gathering wood and all sorts of things to turn it into a nice camper. The van, I bought it, this came with it, that bed under there came with it. I found this, and I made two legs to fit, because I cannot fit that way or that way, because I'm 1.85 m. Sorry, not 1.85 m, 1.83 m. And I cannot fit anyway, so I needed an extension in order to slip here well. So that's the provisional extension, but all this will be going out soon. I don't know when, but sooner or later, all of this will be out. Oh yes, and I forgot to mention that as I've been gathering things, I made a little solar electric installation. We've got a very little solar panel on the roof. It's just 10 watts, but it's enough to charge the little battery I have in here to power up an LED strip for the night. So right now we are producing 22 volts apparently. You can see it here in the voltmeter, sort of. I'm not very good with the camera angles because I've never done this before. And if we turn it on, because here is an on and off switch, so now we are not charging anything, but if I turn it on, now we're charging the battery and you can see that the voltage drops, but the amp meter is not connected yet. So there we have it. And that's about it. Time to get our hands dirty. Right, let's crack on. Good, so I shall continue with the cutting or I don't know, how is it called when you use a saw to saw something. I guess it's called sawing. Right, so I have to put the blade in here and then the saw right here. And as you can see, I don't have much room to move it, but enough to cut it. And also I've got with me a water spray to cool down the metal. That way the saw blade doesn't wear that quickly. Although this saw blade cost 50 cents, so it's not the greatest, and it's the only one I have because the other one I already broke it. So let's see what happens. I'm sorry I don't have a tripod or anything to put you up, so you won't be able to see the process. I will try to, but I cannot guarantee you anything. Good, I found you a spot to sit. Let me crawl under here, because the saw cannot be like that, because it's not long enough. Unfortunately, and I cannot mount the blade the opposite way either because it's not wide enough, so I have to mount it like that, and then the blade goes through the hole in here and then down there. Then, oopsie daisies, I'm sorry, you won't be seeing much. Now you tighten it up. A little bit more. Right. And a little bit more. Oh dear. I'm sorry. Oh dear. Right. Back on it. So now it's, oh, again, I'm sorry, because you're sitting in here. It's not the best spot for the telephone. Try to do it with one hand. It is a little bit difficult. Right, so it's tight now, and you will be the sawing action, which it's not the most comfortable. Good, I found you a new spot. So let's get some water in here to start with. Then I need to hold it and start cutting, but this needs to go back. Otherwise I cannot cut anything at all. Oh dear. Whew. Everything is so heavy in this one. Right, so let's start the cutting. Oh, sorry. Well, you saw a little bit of the cutting. Basically, it's that, but with another hand down there. Oh, and now I did it vertically. Oh dear, what a mess. I'm really sorry. Good. After sewing for quite some time and knocking with a thing, no, not with a thing, with a pointy thing, I have been able to deform it enough so it comes out, and here you can see it coming out. There you go. So that's the old race, which, as you can see, it doesn't have the needles or anything. It has been chewed out, and I had to cut it, deform it, and very badly abuse it to get it out. But finally, it's out, and the new can go in. Hooray! Another job done. Now I need to get the one that is in the down part. I got the one that goes up, out. Now I need to get the one that is down here, out. I don't know how it will have to be done, but I will try. Because now these can go in. Hooray! Good. Let's continue on, and I shall keep you updated. I'm really sorry that I cannot show you the process, but as you can see, the working space is just a wheel arch, and I'm in the wheel arch, trying to reach everything from under here, which is pretty difficult. And I cannot fit the camera anywhere under here, and I don't have a tripod yet. So, little by little, we will be upgrading. So, let's crack on! Well, now that I have removed the one on the upper part, I can remove the lower one by knocking it from the top. So, let me see if I can do this with one hand. Oh, there it went. So basically, what I did in here is I looked for a socket that just fitted in here, barely, so it could push it touching all the way around to go down, and then I just put some sockets on the top to get it higher so I could knock it with the hammer. But the old race is now out. You can see, well, apart, if this thing wants to focus, hello, there. So apart from all the marks that I've done from knocking and cutting and everything, you can see that it's just knackered. Well, that's the cut that I was trying to do, not very successfully, but you can see the surface is not good anymore. And in here there should be some needles, but there aren't. So it's time to fit new bearings into the thingy. Right, so let's get the new bearings. Here's one, and so we shall put it like so, just with a gentle push, and then we can drive it in with the hammer, tapping it very, very, very slightly, not very hard, otherwise I have the possibility to bend it. Oh dear, sorry. Is it going in? No, it's not. And it is going... There we are. I need a better way to do this. Let me try it out. Right, so the new bearing down here, it's in. I don't know if you will be able to see it or not, that it's in. And I'm just driving in the upper one that you can barely see in here because of the sun shining at the background. You can see it here, the new one is going in. I'm driving it this way and gently tapping like this. Gently tapping. It needs to go a little bit further in. Oh crap, something fell out. It needs to go a little bit in. Oh dear. And just a little bit more, just in case. Oh dear. Let me put it back together. Just give me a minute. Because doing this with one hand it's a little bit complicated. There we go. Back together again. And if the hammer doesn't fall apart, let's continue with the tapping. And I'll say, yeah, good enough. Right, so the new bearings are in. Hooray, finally. And now it's a matter to put those washers that sit like this, with that part inwards, and then we've got these bearings that sit on top like that, and then another washer, and we've got, I'm sorry, I'm trying to reach somewhere else, and then we've got another one, a flat one to go in here, then this one, and then the nuts. And in the down part we've got the same but in the opposite direction, and then this one. So let's put it all back together. Good. Now it's all back together as it should be. I put the washers, the nut, the locking nut, and before you could grab it from here and pull it and push it, and there was an awful lot of play, and now it doesn't actually move. Good. And now it's just time to put the wheel on and do the other side, and it will be good for a test drive. So we shall see. I would like to do a test drive just with this side to see if it actually has improved. If it has improved, which I hope so, I will then do the other side, because the other side is just completely knackered. It's way worse than this side. So let's cross our fingers that we can do it. Otherwise, I don't know what will I have to do. So let's tidy this mess up and let's continue on. I will get all the floor and everything sorted out, but that will be in another video. I would like to do, let me tell you differently. Right, so I would like to do it separate. Ooh, look at my hands. Ooh. I would like to do things separately. The mechanical part will be in a series of videos, and then the camper part and the furniture and the build of the tiny home will be different in separate videos, because I don't want to mix things up. Right now, what I want to do is get everything out and put the new floor, insulation, paneling, and then I will do the bed and move on from there. Tomorrow, I think today it's Sunday, yes, tomorrow, Monday, I will be going to pick up a toilet, a chemical one, those little tiny toilets, which will probably come in handy once I live in here. So, see you in another video. Let's keep on going.